Shalom Kingdom fam, it's Chris, and today I will be walking you through 6 essential steps to creating an effective budget as a believer, as well as throwing some principles at the end that you should apply as you create your budget and see it through. As followers of Christ, it is so important to be good and faithful stewards of our finances, and this is a great place to start. So, without further ado, let's get to it. So to begin, step 1 is to determine your goals for your budget. So before you even construct it and put it together, sit with Yah and really see the type of goals that he wants you to pursue through your finances. Proverbs 29:18 tells us that the people perish for a lack of vision. It's important that before you go on this budgeting journey to have a vision from above. Allow him to fill your heart with goals, achievable goals that he will help you with and help you see to the end. You also want to remember to seek the kingdom first. That's Matthew 6:33. You want to make sure that these goals you come up with are not self-motivated, are not coming from a place of greed, a place of the world, a place of covetousness. You want to make sure that these goals are truly pure and come from the throne room. Step 2 is to gather all your financial information. So this will include your income from your job, any side hustles you may have, your savings, your investment returns, whatever it may be that serves as income for you and your family. You then want to gather all of your expenses. Your expenses are going to be split between your fixed expenses as well as your variable expenses. Your variable expenses change each and every month. However, your fixed stay the same, so it's easier to predict. Ultimately, your fixed is comprised of your rent, your mortgage, things of that nature. And then your variable is comprised of entertainment or groceries. Step 3 is to track your expenses. Now, this can be done using apps, a spreadsheet, or even pen and paper, whatever works for you. Personally, I enjoy using spreadsheets. It's important to track your monthly expenses so that you can have a good estimate and understanding of how to construct your budget. Another good way of tracking your expenses is going back through your bank statements and seeing what you spent on your debit card or credit card. In the comments below, let us know what apps you're using at this time to track your finances and what's been working for you. Step 4 is to create your budget. After you've gathered all your financial information and tracked all your expenses, now apply your income to these different areas of expenses. You want to make sure that at the end of the budget, you are left with $0. This is called a zero-based budget. This is important because we want to assign every dollar a purpose. If you are left over with money at the end of the month, then assign it to a place that supports your goals. Personally, I'm a fan of the 70-20-10 rule, where 70% of your income goes to expenses, 20% goes to saving and debt, while the last 10% goes to Yah. And actually, I want to reverse that. It should really be the 10-70-20 rule because we always give to Yah first, no matter what. Step 5 is to prioritize and adjust your budget. After you create your draft budget, go back through it and make any necessary changes that support your vision and goals. If this means you have to cut back on some expenses, cut back so that you can add to places that support your goals and visions. Step 6 is to monitor and review your budget. As you work through your budget during the month, make sure you are continuously going back and checking to see your progress. See where you're excelling as well as seeing where you may need a little work. Make notes of this so that your next budget, you can make the necessary adjustments in order to meet your goals. Now, let's talk about a couple principles you should apply when creating your budget. The first principle you should apply is to stay disciplined. Hebrews 12:11 says, "For the moment, all discipline seems painful, rather than pleasant, but later it yields the peaceable fruit of righteousness to those who have been trained by it." Sticking to a budget is in no way easy, and it can be a little bit scary, to be honest. But understand that when you see it through, it will yield fruit. So stay down, stay locked in, and do what you need to do in order to get to those goals. The second principle you should apply is to celebrate milestones. Psalm 118:14 says, "This is the day that Yah has made. Let's rejoice and be glad in it." Take a moment to pat yourself on the back and praise Yah when you reach a goal. You deserve to be celebrated, and He wants to celebrate with you. Principle number 3, and the most important principle, is to always prioritize tithing and giving. Proverbs 3:9-10 says, "Honor Yah with your wealth, with the first fruits of all your crops. Then your barns will be filled to overflowing, and your vats will brim over with new wine." When we give to God our Father first, we make sure to place Him as our provider. We keep in remembrance that He is the one who provides us our finances and our resources. So no matter what situation you may be in, where money may look tight or low, always give Him what's His. And also, be led by the Spirit to give more. 10% is a great place to start. But if He puts on your heart to give more than that, give more than that. You never know what's on the other side of that giving. The fourth principle is to be content with what you have. Hebrews 13:5 says, "Keep your lives free from the love of money and be content with what you have, because God has said, 'Never will I leave you, never will I forsake you.'" Budgeting teaches us to live below our means, as well as to be content with what we have as we pursue our God-given goals. Understand that because you belong to God, you already have everything you need. Do not let greed or materialism take you off track. And finally, the fifth principle is to seek wise counsel. Proverbs 15:22 says, "Plans fail for lack of counsel, but with many advisors, they succeed." You don't have to do this alone. Seek wise counsel from coaches or advisors who also know the Lord and can help you make correct decisions, as well as keep you from making unwise choices or financial decisions that not only hurt your finances, but also your relationship with the Most High. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to Eternal Wealth Solution and send this video to anyone who needs help making a budget. I know it can be scary, I know it can be intimidating, but trust me, this is the first step to grabbing a hold of your finances. Like and comment below as well, anything that's helped you, and we'll see you next time. And always remember that there's only one solution, and that's Jesus Christ, Yeshua HaMashiach. Amen and shalom.